Hello and welcome to the Women in Innovation Awards. We thought it might be useful to make an FAQ doc more accessible by recording this video and talk through each question and answer to provide you with more support. I'm Anita Omabuzi. I am an events manager within the Reach and Engagement team at Innovate UK KTN.
Hi, and I'm Jay Wilson. I'm the Impact and Portfolio Manager for the Young Innovators and Women in Innovation competitions.
Okay, so let's start with the first set of questions all around eligibility. Question number 1. Is this award only available to business owners?
No, you don't have to be a business owner. You must be a founder, a co-founder, or a senior decision maker within the organisation. And that needs to be a UK registered micro or SME business in order to apply for this competition. And that's because those are the roles in which you're going to be able to make the most of the full package of support on offer.
So if my friend or co-founder and I are developing this business together, the idea that is, does that make me ineligible for this award?
Well, yes and no, to be honest with you. The Women in Innovation competition is open to sole applicants only, but more than one woman working within the same organisation can apply. The awards are for individuals, but this doesn't prevent you from working on the project with other people. So you need to decide who's going to be the sole applicant and who's going to take part in the programme if you're successful. Unfortunately, if it's not clear on your application who's the sole applicant, you may be ineligible.
So given the Northern Ireland protocol, will Northern Ireland applications be eligible?
Yep, definitely. We welcome applications from all over the country, applications from Northern Ireland, as well as all regions of the UK.
Great. Am I eligible to apply if I have received an Innovate UK grant?
Well, you can't receive other Innovate funding for the same project. However, you're eligible to apply for Women in Innovation with a different project.
And can I apply if I've previously received de minimis or minimum financial assistance or MFA funding?
Yep, that's fine. As long as you haven't maxed your allowance, you're allowed under de minimis or MFA rules within the current 3-year period. So you must declare any previous funding received under de minimis and MFA through the declaration form provided at application stage.
So how can I check if previous grants I have received fall under de minimis or minimum financial assistance rules?
Good question. You need to check with the public authority that awarded your previous grants, and they can confirm whether the grant awarded to you was classed as de minimis or MFA.
And am I able to apply for other Innovate UK grants if I'm awarded the Women in Innovation funding?
Yep, definitely. But again, you can't receive funding for the same project twice.
So how do you prove the business has existed for 1 year?
Yeah, good question again. So your company doesn't need to have been registered on Companies House for a period of a year or more, but you will need to provide financial accounts, including a business bank account in the name of your business, and that needs to show transactions for a period greater than a year. If your company and your business accounts have been dormant in the last year, then your company wasn't actively trading for the last year, so you wouldn't be eligible, I'm afraid.
And why do you require companies to be operating for more than a year?
Well, we're not looking to fund business as usual or a brand new startup company. This award's designed for an up and running company that's looking to make a step change and would use the award to scale up and grow their innovative company, or looking to carry out an innovation project which would make the company a market leader. So this award is designed to help businesswomen achieve their vision for their business and become a leader in their field.
Okay, that makes sense. So can I apply if my business has been registered for more than 1 year, but I'm not yet trading?
So you need to provide financial accounts, including a business bank account in the name of your business, with transactions for a period greater than a year. Now, HMRC considers that your company or organisation has not yet become active or started trading if it hasn't engaged in any business activity. And that means carrying on a trade or profession or buying and selling goods or services with a view to making a profit or surplus. So no, if that's not the case, then I'm afraid you wouldn't be able to apply.
So can I apply if I operate as a charity?
Yep, definitely, but only if your charity has a registered business arm or a business side and this has been operating for a year or more. So that would need to be registered as a company on Companies House. And if your charity doesn't have a business operation, then no, sorry, you're not eligible to apply.
Okay, so can I have collaborators?
Yeah, definitely. But remember, the application should be about you as an individual and should be written and submitted by you. So in your application, you can mention how you plan to work with collaborators, but the award is for you. And if it's unclear who the individual applicant is when you submit your application, you may be made ineligible.
Great. So Jay, do you have to be a UK citizen to apply?
No, you don't, but you must be resident in the UK. You must carry out your project work in the UK, and you must intend to exploit the results of your work in the UK.
Great, thanks for that, Jay. It was really helpful.
No problem. Right, now let's talk about the application. It's my turn to ask the questions this time. So tell me, is there a deadline for applications?
So the Women in Innovation competition will close on the 19th of October 2022 at 11 a.m. precisely. Extensions to the deadline cannot and will not be granted under any circumstances, I'm afraid. Even in the situation where, let's say, you had a technical issue for 10 minutes just before the application deadline. So really try and get those applications in early so that you don't have that.
Well, definitely not even if my internet goes down, not even if I have a real disaster at the last minute.
I'm afraid not. No extensions for deadline can be added, I'm afraid.
Okay, so where do I go to apply?
So you go to apply on the Innovate UK applications page.
Brilliant. And I know I've got to make a video. Will the production values of my video be judged, like the storytelling and the editing?
No, the assessors will be scoring your videos, but it's not based on editing, background music, or storytelling abilities. And also please note that you must create an account on PitchTape. This is a new video platform that Innovate UK is using. So you need to record your video and then provide a link in your application. It must be no longer than 3 minutes, and if your video is over 3 minutes long, only the first 3 minutes will be used to assess your application. So please try and keep it concise and under that 3-minute limit. Also, if the assessors are unable to view your video, your application will then become ineligible. The video must remain available until the 1st of April 2023. And all the necessary information on how to use PitchTape are available on the FAQ programme page.
Oh, brilliant. That was really useful. I'm keen to apply. Where can I find the support I need as a disabled woman innovator?
Innovate UK is committed to making support for innovation more accessible and inclusive. If you have any barriers to applying due to a disability or a long-term condition, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us at Innovate UK's Customer Service Support Services team on 0300 321 4357 or support@iuk.ukri.org. If you know what you need, please tell us how best that we can support you. We'll be in touch with you and we'll do our best to provide that support. If you're unsure, we can discuss the support available with you in order to better understand your needs and determine how we can help. So that we can provide the best support available, we encourage you to get in touch as early as possible during the application process, within the first week of the competition opening, if possible.
Oh, that's brilliant. And can you tell me, what would you recommend focusing on in my application? What do unsuccessful applicants typically miss or get wrong?
That's a really, really good question, Jay. To fit the competition, your project must address a problem, be innovative, meet the eligibility criteria, and have a realistic plan. Unsuccessful applicants typically leave the application to the very last minute, or they don't fill the forms correctly, they might have lots of missing information, and even forget to include their video link. They might not provide sufficient evidence in the application, or don't follow the instructions. I know this all sounds quite simple, but some people do that. Also, claiming more than £50,000 in grant funding will make your application ineligible. So we encourage you to submit your application well ahead of the deadline and to read it several times before doing so. You might also consider having a trusted friend or a family member or an advisor who can take a look at it before submitting, just to ensure that it is complete and as comprehensive as it can be.
That's all excellent advice. Can I apply with a business idea that I've previously submitted to last year's Women in Innovation competition or to any other funding opportunity?
Yes, you definitely can. You can use a previously submitted application, and if you did not receive a Women in Innovation award previously or other Innovate UK funding for the same idea, and you meet the eligibility criteria for this competition. Before doing so, please read through the additional details under the previous application section of the application form. Also, if you received feedback on your previously submitted application, we do encourage you to take it into account before submitting the same idea for the competition again. However, please note that it's most likely that there'll be a different assessor who would review your new application, and therefore there's no guarantee your application would score higher, even if all the feedback is addressed.
So if I've got more questions, is there a competition helpline?
Yes, there is. If you need more information, you can contact Innovate UK directly for all competition inquiries via email at support@iuk.ukri.org, or you can call the competition helpline on 0300 321 4357. The phone lines are open from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m, Monday to Friday, but excluding bank holidays. Can you tell me more about the support package that is offered alongside the grant?
Yes, I can, because there's so much and it's fantastic. So the full package of support will be delivered by Innovate UK KTN, Innovate UK Edge, the Catapults and other partner organisations. So there's loads of expert advice. I couldn't possibly list it all, but it includes funding, finance options, how to access these, including introductions to investors and training on pitching, media and communications such as branding, intellectual property, everything to do with IP, developing new business models, evaluating market opportunities, finding new partners, growth and scale up, developing international collaborations and accessing global markets, business planning strategy, and access to relevant world-leading facilities and equipment will also be provided where this is appropriate. All award winners will also be introduced to senior business mentors and Women in Innovation ambassadors within the Innovate UK KTN network as part of the award, as well as receiving press and media support to become a leading role model in innovation. Each support package really is bespoke to the individual winner, so whatever it is that you need, ask for it, and I'm sure that support will be available.
Wow, Jay, there's so much support available to potential applicants. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So when is our Women in Innovation project expected to start?
Right, your project needs to start on the 1st of April 2023 and end on the 31st of March 2024. This is something that a lot of people get wrong in their applications, but all projects must start on the 1st of a month and end on the last day of a month, even if they fall on a Sunday. So the peer support and collaboration is a key element of the award, as is the expert support from Innovate UK Edge, Innovate UK KTN and the Catapults. And that's why the Women in Innovation has a set start and end point that all the award winners must adhere to. This should be reflected in your application, because entering an incorrect project start date could result in your application being made ineligible.
Yeah, there's some really good points there to consider. Thanks, Jay. So am I able to use this grant to hire consultants or, let's say, subcontractors?
Yep. Subcontractors are allowed in this competition and they must be selected through the participants' normal procurement procedure. Subcontractors can be from anywhere in the UK, but if an overseas subcontractor is selected, you must make a case as to why no UK-based subcontractor could be used instead. And that must include a detailed rationale, evidence of UK companies that have been approached, and reasons why they were unable to carry out the work. The fact that an overseas contractor might be cheaper is not deemed a sufficient reason to use one over a UK subcontractor.
Okay, so what can the actual funding be used for?
So the funding will be provided under minimal financial assistance rules or de minimis rules where applicable. So you can't use the award to match fund for other competitions because it's considered to be public funding, and that can't be used to secure other forms of subsidy or state aid. The award should help to strengthen your position to secure additional investment. When you do your application, you'll be asked to upload your costs into different categories: labour, overheads, subcontracting, materials. You can find guidance on what eligible costs are allowed if you go to the Innovate UK website and look up guidance for applicants and the costs that we fund. For additional information on de minimis funding, you should visit UKRI's General Guidance Funding web pages. And that's easily accessible on the KTN's FAQ programme page. We'll fund projects in many different types from the majority of sectors. Examples of projects we've previously funded would be, there's so many, a blood test to allow earlier diagnosis of ovarian cancer, wearable tech that acts like your own physio, and leather, which is actually made from garden waste. There are some projects that we won't fund, and they are projects that do not intend to use the full package of support on offer. Projects that have a negative impact on the environment or on society, anything that has a detrimental effect on equality, diversity and inclusion, projects that do not involve any research and development or innovation, for example, something like the creation of an information-only website. We won't fund competitions that don't meet the competition eligibility or scope, any projects that involve exports or imports, involve primary production in fishery and aquaculture. We don't fund projects that involve primary production in agriculture. You can't have a project that includes activities relating to the purchase of road freight transport. Any projects that are not allowed under de minimis regulation restrictions or are not allowed under minimal financial assistance, they won't be funded. We won't fund projects that are dependent on export performance. So, for example, giving an award to a baker on the condition that they export a certain quantity of bread to another country. We won't fund projects that are dependent on domestic inputs usage. So an example of that would be if we give an award to a baker on the condition that they use 50% of UK flour in their product. There's one more thing to note. Under current restrictions, this competition won't fund any procurement, commercial, business development or supply chain activity with any Russian entity as lead, partner or subcontractor. This includes any goods or services originating from a Russian source.
Yeah, these are really, really important points, and I'm glad that you've actually been able to express those. So, do I have to use the non-financial element of the award?
Absolutely, yeah. This is an essential part of the support on offer. We want to know how you'll make use of the full awards package. That's financial and non-financial. And this will be assessed actually under question 11 on the application form, which is your plan for the award. For example, you can use the money funded through the award to pull in more support and make money from this money, leverage other investments. It's not just the money that makes the scheme important, but the advice and the support that you'll receive as well.
Yeah, and as you mentioned the money, so let's talk some figures. How much is the total award?
So the total award is £50,000. And remember, when you do your application, you must enter your full project costs and make sure that the funding you're claiming is no more than £50,000.
So is this £50,000 award 100% funded?
It is, yeah. You don't have to do any match funding. It's 100% funded.
Wow, that's absolutely brilliant. And how will I receive the money?
So there's an awful lot of money for us to share out. We've allocated up to 2.5 million to give to 50 award winners at £50,000 each. If you're lucky enough to receive an award, the funding will be paid in 3 increments. So the first payment is upfront in April 2023, and that will be £33,333. The next payment would be at the midpoint, so that's October 2023, when you'll receive £11,667. And then finally, a payment of £5,000, which is at the end of your project on receipt of a completed statement of expenditure, and that needs to be done by April 2024. So the award winner will receive the money into a business bank account. Therefore, you can only apply if you're a senior member of your organisation. And that's, for example, if you're the CEO or someone in a senior decision-making position.
Okay, that's really, really helpful to know. So does the project supported by the scheme have to actually run for the 12 months?
Yes, it does. The award will support activities over a 12-month period. So you couldn't obtain all the funding up front, for example. However, you could run multiple small projects or initiatives over the year period, which all combine to produce a step change in your company.
So when do I need to start my project, and what's the duration of the project?
So you must confirm on your application form that you can start your project on the 1st of April 2023, and it will be of 12 months duration. If you don't do that, your application could be made ineligible.
Okay, so the boot camps that take place as part of the programme, are they in person or have these been moved to an online or hybrid delivery style since COVID-19?
Oh yeah, the boot camps are fantastic. Everybody gets so much out of those. The first boot camp for the most recent cohort has been held as a virtual event following the standard COVID-19 rules in the UK. However, the second one is being held in person, being accessible to those who were not able to physically attend. We're going to continue to make sure that all programme-related events are as accessible as possible to every single award holder, regardless of their life circumstances at that moment in time. And we'll make sure that all award holders are informed regarding all programme activities in good time. Okay, Anita, time for you to answer some questions now. We're going to talk about the selection process. So what are we looking to fund?
So we want to support women who are at a critical stage with their business. So where an award will enable them to take an important step forward. The funding should help them to make a real difference to innovation in the UK, including in and beyond their sector or innovation area. We're looking for amazing women who have the potential to be leaders and role models to inspire other women. We're looking for women who clearly explain how they will benefit from the full package of the funding and the support that they have on offer, and who can describe how this will add value to them and their business.
That's really well explained, thank you. So how do you select the Women in Innovation award holders from the hundreds of applications you must get?
With a very robust system. So we follow a very detailed and thorough process working with a team of experienced assessors. Every aspect of each application is clearly reviewed and evaluated against a common list of criteria, and multiple assessors review the same application just to ensure that the outcome is as consistent and as fair as it can be. You can also find more information about the standard assessment process in a dedicated video about how Innovate UK assessors assess. The video link can be found on Innovate UK KTN's FAQ programme page under this question, or you can type in Innovate UK, how do our assessors assess? This is on YouTube and you'll find it there.
Oh, that's really helpful, thank you. So I know many grants take into consideration whereabouts the applicant is. Are there any quotas for this competition when it comes to where we're based in the UK?
Definitely not. There are no quotas. We are looking to fund a portfolio of business ideas and will select a portfolio of award winners who have high potential to be future leaders in innovation or successful entrepreneurs and inspirational role models to others, are most likely to benefit from the package of support on offer, represent a diverse range of innovative ideas for business, and are located throughout the UK.
Brilliant, that's really clear. So if I put an application in, when will I know if I've been successful?
Innovate UK will inform you of the outcome of your application on the 21st of December 2022.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thanks for that.
No probs, Jay. Happy to help.
Okay, so there's just a few more questions that we need to ask, I think, about the other resources and the support available. So tell me, is support available for those who are not eligible to apply?
Yes, there is support available to those not eligible. And the best way to access this is by contacting Innovate UK, Innovate UK KTN, or Innovate UK Edge. You can contact us directly and we'll be able to advise you on what else there is to offer. Okay, so the next question is, are there any examples of previously successful applications that you are able to share?
Oh yes, there's loads. So Innovate UK and Innovate UK KTN have created booklets and brochures to celebrate the Women in Innovation programme, showcasing the wonderful award winners. And you can find those on our websites or just Google Women in Innovation. The programme page also spotlights success stories from 19 of our remarkable 2020 and 2021 Women in Innovation awardees. Please check it out to learn about how their groundbreaking ideas are helping manage the world's greatest challenges. So, if I'm putting together an application for the Women in Innovation competition, are there any other resources or support available?
Yes, absolutely. We recently hosted a formal briefing event which outlined the scope and eligibility of the competition. It also gave advice on how to apply, as well as giving delegates a chance to ask questions and hear from some really inspiring previous award winners and leaders in the business innovation area. We recommend anyone who is interested in applying to watch the recording, and this is available on the event page on the Innovate UK KTN website. We also have 2 additional Q&A drop-in sessions that will supplement the official Innovate UK guidance. It will help understanding of the application questions and also help answer any questions that you might have regarding the application process itself. Details of these are also available on the Women in Innovation programme page on the Innovate UK KTN website. In case anybody else needs it, is there a Women in Innovation competitions helpline?
Absolutely, yes. If you need more information, you can contact Innovate UK directly for all competition inquiries. You can email us at support@iuk.ukri.org or call the competition helpline on 0300 321 4357. And that phone line is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m, Monday to Friday, excluding bank holidays. So how can I know more about the Women in Innovation community?
We've got lots of information and resources, so please visit the Women in Innovation programme page on the Innovate UK KTN website, and you can also subscribe to the Women in Innovation newsletter.
That's fantastic. So that's it, all the FAQs answered. We hope this has been really helpful for you. You can find links to all the resources that we've mentioned in this video on the FAQ page, which is hosted by the KTN, under the respective questions. Good luck with your applications, and thank you very much, Anita, for helping me out. Bye-bye.
An absolute pleasure, Jay. Thanks all.